The office lights reflected against the polished floor as everyone stood in a line, waiting. It was a normal day until a rumor started traveling faster than emails. She's back, the fiancée, the one everyone thought would marry the cold CEO. And then she walked in, Mina, elegant, confident, wearing a smile she believed she owned the world with, because she thought she owned him. She was not only the fiancée of the CEO, but also the only daughter of the owner of this company, which made her presence even more authoritative. Every employee greeted her. The manager walked closer. Welcome to the company, Miss Choi. She smiled, finally acknowledging him. Hello, everyone. Where's the CEO? He didn't come to welcome me. She joked about it. Mr. John is in his office with Secretary Miss Wyan. She raised her brow. I've heard a lot about this secretary. Seems like she's CEO's favorite employee. Everyone exchanged glances but didn't say anything. She walked straight to his office. You stood beside him, laptop open, going through the final project report. He read quietly, but his brows furrowed. You tapped a paragraph. Sir, the projection graph here needs correction. The transition numbers don't align with the marketing data. He blinked, surprised. The entire board approved it this morning. Even I didn't catch that. That's why I rechecked everything again before sending it, sir. A minute of silence surrounded you both, not awkward but appreciative. He leaned back slightly, eyes still on you. You always do more than what's required. You didn't realize you were holding your breath until he continued. And that's what makes this company depend on you more than anyone else. Your eyes met for a split second, softness hidden under professionalism. Before either of you could say something more, the door swung open without a knock. Mina entered inside, covered in all designers anyone can only dream of. You recognized her, Mina, the company director's daughter. Your heart went still. Jungkook? Jungkook looked surprised, as if he didn't expect her to show up. She looked so bright, ignoring your presence like you never existed in the room. Her voice filled the room with familiarity. She walked up to him immediately. It's been a long time. I missed you. Jungkook stood up, expression neutral, almost guarded. You are back earlier than expected. I wanted to surprise you. After all, I belong here. I belong with you. You didn't forget your fiancé, right? Your heart dropped. Fiancé. You didn't know he was already engaged. You swallowed hard, keeping your eyes on the laptop screen. Mina followed his gaze to you. Oh, so you are the secretary he couldn't stop appreciating. I can see now. Still working? You bowed slightly. We were finalizing the quarterly reports, Miss Mina. Her smile tightened, fake professionalism. Jungkook sensed your expressions. You didn't look at him after that. Jungkook stepped slightly, almost instinctively, in front of her line of sight. She's also the one who fixes everyone's mistakes, including mine. Your heartbeat stumbled. Mina's expression stiffened. She turned to you. Wow, my dad has such loyal employees, Jungkook. You remember we also used to work late at night? Jungkook didn't respond. You quickly bowed. I'll step out. No, we were finishing this report, he said firmly. Mina raised a brow, annoyed by how much importance he gave you. Your secretary can wait outside. I came after years. Don't I deserve to talk to my fiancé alone? Fiancé, the word punched your chest. Jungkook glanced at you, eyes tense, like he didn't want you to misunderstand, like he didn't want you to leave. Just a few minutes, I'll come to your desk soon. His voice had a softness he never used on others, only you. You forced a professional smile and left, pretending your heart wasn't breaking. As you closed the door behind you, your heart clenched like someone took away everything from you. For a while, you thought there was something between you both. The way he talks, the way he behaved around you, a connection was building between both of you, and suddenly you found out he has a fiancée. Everything shattered in a minute. Whispers still didn't die down. Weren't they engaged? Oh, so she's back to marry him now? Then what about our secretary? I thought the engagement thing was fake. Our CEO was so different around Secretary Ryan. I was shipping them the whole time. He stepped away before anyone said more. You forced yourself to breathe. He has a fiancée. He belonged to someone else, and you were only his secretary. You decided from that moment no more lingering in his shadow, no more thinking that the way his eye softens when he looks at you mean anything. The door had barely clicked shut when Mina wrapped her arms around Jungkook's neck. Do you know how badly I was dying to see you again? You have gotten so much hotter. Jungkook immediately removed her hands and stepped back. What are you doing, Mina? This is my office. She blinked, surprised, but replaced irritation with a practiced smile. She stepped closer again, confidently placing her palm on his chest. So what? This is my dad's company, and you are the one soon going to manage it. No one here would dare question us. Jungkook took another step back, distancing himself, and moved toward his chair, pretending to look through some files. Still, I have work ethics. Mina let out a small laugh that didn't reach her eyes. Oh, Mr. John has become so professional now. No wonder Dad trusts you with everything. Jungkook stayed silent, ignoring the comment, which only made her more annoyed. She sat casually on the edge of his desk, crossing her arms. Anyway, I spoke to Dad earlier. He thinks by the end of this year we should finally get married. Jungkook's fingers froze over the papers. That's too sudden. Sudden, Jungkook, we have been engaged for years. Everyone is asking when the big day is. She smiled slyly, and now that I'm back, everything can finally start moving forward. Planning, arrangements, our future. He didn't respond. She leaned closer again, slower this time, observing how he stiffened. Her smile faded. You are not even letting me touch you anymore. Her voice sharpened. What happened to you? Jungkook inhaled slowly, keeping his tone controlled. People change, Mina. Clearly. Her eyes narrowed. And here I thought you would be happy to see me. Where is your ring? Jungkook looked away. I don't wear jewelry in the office. It's uncomfortable. Uncomfortable? That's our engagement ring, Jungkook. You should start wearing it again now that I'm here. I don't want other women to think they have a chance. A silence thickened the room. She stood up elegantly, fixing her hair. Dad is throwing a party tonight to welcome me back. I want you there, Jungkook, next to me. I want the world to know exactly who the man I'm going to marry is. She walked over the door, then turned once more, a threatening softness in her voice. Don't embarrass me and don't disappoint our families. With a swing of entitlement, she left the office, leaving Jungkook standing there, hands clenched, mind suffocating. Because every second Mina was there, all he could think about was you. Jungkook worked as the newly rising star of Choi Groups, a company owned by Mina's father. He joined as the youngest director during his final year of college, already proving himself to be sharper and more capable than anyone expected. Because of his exceptional talent and loyalty, both families decided to secure his future in the company by arranging his engagement with Mina, the only daughter of the company's owner. It was never love between them, it was a business deal disguised as a relationship. Jungkook accepted everything silently, believing it was simply the path life had chosen for him. Mina had plans of learning business abroad so she could return and lead the company with him one day. She left with full confidence that Jungkook would remain the same, loyal, waiting, untouched by emotions. But time changed everything. She forgot that they were only 19 when the engagement happened. As years passed, Jungkook climbed higher and eventually became CEO, the youngest in company history. With that growth came responsibilities, pressure, and lonely nights until you entered his life. You joined as a secretary 3 years ago, purely on merit. Your intelligence, work precision, and dedication slowly became the foundation Jungkook relied on every single day. Somewhere in the silence of late night meetings and shared challenges, something deep formed, not acknowledged but undeniably real. Sheer professionalism was wrapped around unsaid feelings that neither of you dared to name. Jungkook, who once accepted his engagement without opinion, suddenly forgot it existed. The photograph of his fiancée on his desk disappeared. The ring he was supposed to wear was placed inside a drawer and never taken out again. 3 years have passed since you joined, and Mina became nothing more than a distant part of his past, while you became the center of his present. He didn't realize how much everything had changed until Mina returned, bold, confident, and already claiming him as if no time had passed. Instead of excitement, Jungkook felt a sharp discomfort, a tightening fear he couldn't explain. The life he once accepted now felt suffocating. The person he was promised to felt like a stranger. And for the first time, Mina's return didn't remind him of a future. It reminded him of everything he could lose, including you. Jungkook pushed the door to your office open, calling your name softly, expecting that familiar sight of you bent over your desk, glasses sliding down your nose as you triple checked numbers no one else would ever notice. But the room was empty, unsettlingly quiet. His eyes landed on your desk, the files perfectly aligned, cleaner than he had ever seen. On top, a single note placed deliberately in the center. All the errors have been corrected. I am leaving now. For a moment, he didn't move. His fingers slowly reached for the paper, your handwriting one he could recognize even in a crowd of 1,000 reports. He read the sentence again and again as if the words were refusing to make sense. You never left without telling him. You always waited, you always cared. This was different. A hit of panic struck his chest. He immediately pulled out his phone, dialing your number. Switched off. His throat tightened, an ache blooming sharp and fast. He wasn't confused, he knew why. You must have felt shocked after seeing Mina, must have felt something break inside you, and the thought alone made his pulse quick. Because he couldn't stand it. Not the idea of you hurting, not the idea of pushing you away even by accident. His grip tightened around his phone. How did he get here? How did someone take so much space in his heart silently, completely, without ever demanding anything? His jaw clenched as he exhaled shakily. He couldn't pretend, he couldn't ignore this. You mattered more than he ever allowed himself to admit. Jungkook left the office immediately, the note still in his hand, his footsteps quick and restless, like a man afraid of losing something precious before he even had the courage to hold it. Jungkook hadn't taken his eyes off your note since you left. His desk felt empty. The whole office felt wrong without you there. Tomorrow he would tell you everything. The truth, his heart, everything he had kept locked inside. Just when he was about to leave and search for you again, his phone rang. Mina's name flashed on the screen. Her tone hit him immediately, sharp, irritated. She demanded to know where he was, how he could forget her event, how he was supposed to be by her side, her fiancé, her perfect future. Jungkook closed his eyes for a moment. He didn't want to go. He didn't want to pretend. He didn't want to be Mina's anything. But this was a responsibility he accepted years ago, before he ever knew you would walk into his life like a storm he didn't want to escape from. So he got ready, black suit, cold expression, a heart somewhere else entirely. Chandelier above glittered like a galaxy, too bright, too loud, too much. Champagne flowed like water, business tycoons laughed too hard. Flashy skins, polished shoes, expensive perfumes, everything screamed power. And Jungkook did not fit in tonight. He stood stiffly while Mina clung onto his arm, smiling like a queen making her grand return. Guest one leaned closer. Isn't he handsome, the perfect fiancé for the heiress? Mina giggled, gripping Jungkook's arm tighter. He looked away. Her father appeared, loud and proud, patting Jungkook's shoulder. Here he is, the man who built half of our new empire, Jungkook. Say something. Jungkook forced a polite nod. Good evening, I'm honored to be here. Everyone clapped too easily like they were applauding a performance. Two women scanned Jungkook from head to toe, smirking. He isn't wearing his ring, already troubled in paradise. Maybe he doesn't want to be taken. Their laughter stabbed the air. Mina's heart dropped as she looked at his finger finally and her blood boiled. Where's your ring? Jungkook didn't blink. I don't know. I must have misplaced it. You misplaced your engagement ring? Her voice rose slightly, enough to catch a few stares. So she smiled again, acting calm but her jaw tightened. You forget many things lately. She leaned closer, especially the important ones. Jungkook looked away. He didn't want to start a scene. Don't care what excuse you have. Tomorrow you will find it and you will wear it. Jungkook remained silent. Before she spoke, Mr. Choi grabbed everyone's attention by raising a toast. To my daughter, finally back home, and to Jungkook, my future son in law, and the future face of this company. Together they will lead us to greatness. Everyone cheered. Jungkook sipped his drink, wishing it would burn more. More guests approached. This time they walked toward Mina and Jungkook. Jungkook, I heard you closed the European merger. Brilliant work. Thank you. It was a team effort. Mina interrupted with pride. He's always been perfect. Even in college, we were destined, you know. Jungkook's smile faltered. A investor's wife spoke. Well then, when is the grand wedding? Jungkook stiffened. Mina squeezed his arm. Very soon, now that I'm back. We'll finalize everything. Everyone clapped again. Jungkook swallowed the bitter taste. His mind kept drifting elsewhere, to a silent office, to a note on his desk, to you. As soon as the door shut behind the last guest, Mina turned to him. What the hell is wrong with you, Jungkook? Her voice echoed like cracked glass. I didn't want to have this conversation here. She scoffed. You embarrassed me in front of everyone. Do you have any idea what they will think now? Jungkook stayed silent. Did you forget who helped you reach this position? Did you forget that I'm the reason you have everything? His eyes hardened. I earned my position. Mina stepped forward, whispering like venom. You better not be thinking of some other woman. No one, no one gets to replace me. A soft laugh escaped her lips, cold, possessive. I have waited 6 years for you, and now that I'm here, I'm not losing to anyone. Her words were a threat wrapped in silk. Jungkook's heart didn't waver because he realized he wasn't hers anymore. Maybe he never was. His heart was beating painfully for you. The next morning, the office buzzed as usual, phones ringing, keyboards clacking, employees greeting each other, but your desk remained strangely quiet. You kept your eyes glued to your screen, pretending like the world didn't exist. Especially he didn't exist. Every time someone mentioned "see you office," your heartbeat tripped a little. Your phone buzzed. Come to my office. You locked the screen immediately. Your palms went cold. You stood up only to turn around and walk straight out of the department because you knew one look into his eyes and the lie you were telling yourself, the lie that you didn't love him, would break. Jungkook stared at the unopened message he sent you. You never took more than 10 seconds to respond. You always looked at him when you entered the room. You always asked if he had eaten. Today, nothing. He got up so fast his chair nearly toppled. Why are you running from me? You tried so hard to appear normal, but your voice cracked when you said, He's engaged. He has always been engaged, Disha. Disha's eyes widened. Wait, Jungkook sir, you mean with that rich girl who came yesterday? You nodded, swallowing the pain. I didn't know, and the way she looked at me like I'm nothing. I felt stupid. You hugged yourself. He doesn't belong to me. He never did. Tears threatened, but you blinked fast. Disha grabbed your shoulder. You belong to him more than anyone else. He looks at you like you are home. You shook your head. This isn't a gay drama, Disha. His reality is different. Mina came back for him, and I'm just. You couldn't even finish. Your chest hurt as if your own heart was punching you. Meanwhile, Jungkook has already left his office to find you. He rushed from department to department. People stared. The CEO never walked so fast. He finally spotted you in the hallway, stepping out of the break room. He called out your name once. You heard and froze, but instead of turning around, you walked faster. He rushed inside and pressed the close button, but a hand slipped in, stopping the doors. Jungkook stepped inside, breathing heavy, like he had been running. The doors shut, silence tight, suffocating. He moved closer, his eyes scanning your face. Why are you avoiding me? You kept your gaze on the floor. I'm not avoiding you, I'm just busy. You would rather lie than look at me. You bit your lip harshly. Sir, please, let's keep things professional. His heart dropped at the word, sir. He took a shaky step closer. You think I didn't notice how you left yesterday? Without a word, without even looking at me? Your chest tightened. I was just doing my job. And what about me? Your eyes unexpectedly shot up to his. He looked desperate, lost. What am I to you then? You flinched. He was too close to the truth. You pressed yourself back against the elevator wall. You are my boss, nothing more. He laughed, not happy, not amused, hurt. You don't believe that. The elevator dinged, doors slid open, but instead of an empty hallway, Mina stood right there. Her eyes widened first in shock, then sharpened with suspicion and anger. She took one look, Jungkook too close to you, your eyes glossy with emotions you were trying to hide. His hand half raised like he was about to reach for you. Everything was written in that moment. You stepped out instantly, keeping your head low. Your heart thudded painfully, but your feet didn't stop. You couldn't breathe if you stayed even a second longer. Mina didn't look away from you, not until you were gone from sight. Then she turned to Jungkook, a bitter, mocking smile curled on her lips. So this is why the ring is missing. Jungkook clenched his jaw, frustration boiling inside him. But he didn't defend himself. He didn't deny it. You are wrong, Mina. She blinked, thrown off. His jaw tightened. A confession slipped through the fear he had buried for years. I'm not yours anymore. Her eyes widened, shocked. He glanced over her shoulder, toward the hallway where you had disappeared. His voice softened, filled with the kind of devotion Mina had never seen from him. Because my heart has already chosen her. Mina stared at him in disbelief, speechless for once. Jungkook didn't look back at her. He just kept staring at the empty corridor as if wishing you would turn around, but you didn't. You were gone, and he whispered to himself, barely audible but real. I'm already hers. Light above flickered as the elevator doors closed again.